My name's Sylvie Silver. I'm the Director of NAPA, which stands for the National Association for Providers of Activity for Older People. We're a nationwide charity and a registered company, and we specialise in enabling care home staff to support older people to live life the way they choose, in the way they want, with meaning and with purpose. There are questions about outsiders as they can be perceived. What we know from a very strong piece of work around volunteering is that if you encourage the volunteer to understand the workings of the care setting, to know right from the outset that a CRB will be required, and they are free. The care home does not have to pay for a volunteer CRB, they're free. So that the volunteer has got a very particular role and knows what's expected of them. The care home then has done some thinking about it, and they've been careful in their planning around the use of volunteers, then it's highly, highly successful. And there are many, many care homes now who, as I say, have good numbers of volunteers who make a real difference to the provision. But you do have to look after volunteers as if they are staff. They've got needs, they need some training, they need a bit of knowledge and understanding of how things work, but they can be a tremendous asset. There is a shortage of volunteers in care homes. Interestingly, the hospice movement seems to do very well for volunteers. I think part of it is because care homes do have this rather sad image. Part of it is many volunteers are older people themselves, and they don't necessarily want to be reminded of what their short-term future might be. But once they get into a care home and build relationships, they realise that they're places of great fun, great socialising. They can enjoy what they do so much, because most older people are eternally grateful for an extra pair of hands. So there's a real benefit to the volunteer that they may not get in other volunteering environments. Once we get them through the threshold, we know that they really have a good time, but we do struggle a bit to get volunteers to come in and see how they can contribute to a care home. One of the best ways to improve links with the community is to have a dedicated person, ideally the activity provider. If their title is activity coordinator, you want them to coordinate with the community as well. So you need somebody in that role that's happy to go and talk to the local head teachers to get sixth form students coming in to help, to go and talk to the local university and see if their media and art students will come and work alongside some of the residents. Someone who's got the chance to go and chat with the vicar about what the churches might bring, or the local librarian. I used to go out and get all the public services to come and have lunch. So we had arrangements when I worked in a care home with the local police force, the local fire brigade, who used to send a couple of people along to have lunch with a couple of residents. So you do need someone that takes on what I call that outreach role. Someone that has got the confidence to go and tap into the community and bring it in to the care home. And ideally that can be a trained activity coordinator, but it could be the manager, it could be just a named member of staff that's particularly good at that way of working. There's nothing better than seeing older people and younger people relate to each other. One of the greatest things I do fairly regularly is take my toddler granddaughter into a local care home, and everyone comes alive. You don't have to do anything, they just get a real pleasure from seeing a toddler. Equally, we've got projects around the country where we've got sixth formers helping older people to access IT through software programs that are on touchscreens. And of course, sixth formers are wonderfully competent around IT and can sit. We've got one lady in a care home who loves a shooting ducks gallery on a software program we've been involved in developing. And she's got a local sixth former that comes in regularly to help her access that shooting gallery on screen and really enjoy it. And the laughter that comes is an absolute delight. So getting the community and younger people in particular into a care home is a real benefit to everyone. You really don't have to do much. It just evolves and grows by itself just from them being there.